Thinking of living in downtown Los Angeles? Well, lean in, because in this episode, you'll see the core neighborhoods, the creative energy and local amenities that make it such an exciting place to live, and your real estate options, including a few noteworthy condo buildings. Plus, you'll see a few hidden spots that make it possible to live here and still connect with nature. I'm Tony Mariotti, your luxury agent in LA. Let's go. Let's start with a high-level overview of downtown so that as we go along and talk about the different neighborhoods, you'll be able to visualize where we are. So, downtown is bordered by the 101 freeway and Elysian Park and Dodger Stadium to the northeast. The 10 freeway borders the south, and the 110 freeway borders downtown on the west. Downtown is encircled by freeways. Basically, it's this oblong shape in the middle of LA that kind of looks like a deflating tire. Anyway, in terms of the principal neighborhoods, I've found over the years, the easiest way to explain the layout to my clients is to think of it as 4 quadrants. That's because the neighborhoods in each quadrant have a lot in common in terms of their vibe, the lifestyle, and the types of condos and lofts you'll find. And we're definitely going to cover the neighborhood vibes and buildings in just a minute. So the northwest quadrant features Bunker Hill, the financial district, historic core, and Gallery Row. Northeast is the most eclectic with the Arts District and Little Tokyo. The southwest is defined by the dynamic and bustling South Park neighborhood. The southeast quadrant has the flower and fashion districts, and both contain very little housing inventory, so I'm not really going to be focusing on the southeast in this video. So downtown Los Angeles is where the city began. 44 settlers set up shop in 1781. It was just a small village on the banks of the LA River. LA officially became a city 69 years later in 1850. It's hard to think of today's massive city as something that started so small and so recently, relatively speaking. So let's fast forward to today. Downtown LA has undergone a dramatic transformation in recent decades, shifting from primarily a business-focused district to a vibrant mixed-use community. Today, downtown blends its historic roots with modern skyscrapers, innovative art spaces, and world-class dining. It's a hub for professionals, creatives, and urban dwellers who enjoy access to innumerable amenities, public transit options, and cultural diversity. Whether you're drawn to its architectural landmarks, thriving arts scene, or unique neighborhoods, downtown is eminently explorable. It's hard to imagine ever being bored here. So now let's take that deep dive into 3 main quadrants and their neighborhoods and take a look around. As mentioned, the northwest quadrant is comprised of Bunker Hill, the financial district, historic core, and Gallery Row. Here's what all those districts have in common. There are tons of things going on, plenty of things to do, primarily related to fine and contemporary arts. This part of downtown is less kinetic and frenetic than Southeast, for example, which has Crypto.com Arena and LA Live, which we'll cover in just a second. In this part of town, you get the Broad, a contemporary art museum housing works by Warhol and Koons, the Museum of Contemporary Art, or MoCA, home to thousands of contemporary works from 1940 onward. Walt Disney Concert Hall, a stunning Frank Gehry designed venue known for exceptional acoustics. Angel's Flight Railway, it's the historic funicular connecting Bunker Hill to the historic core. There's the Grand by Gehry, a new shopping center across from Gehry designed Walt Disney Concert Hall. This adds a new vibrancy to the area too, and it boasts excellent restaurants and shops. There's also the 7th Street Metro Center, which is super handy, a major transportation hub connecting downtown to the rest of LA. More about the excellent transportation options in a minute. So here's a little bit about the districts and real estate options in the northwest quadrant. Bunker Hill and the financial district are known for their iconic skyscrapers, financial and cultural institutions. But for the real estate, between these 2 districts, it has a handful of mid-century modern high-rise condo buildings like Bunker Hill Towers. In the historic core and Gallery Row, they offer a blend of old and new. The 2 districts feature 20th century architecture alongside a burgeoning retail and dining scene. You will find buildings here dating back to the 1910s, like Higgins Building Lofts. There's also a contemporary building, Perla on Broadway, built in 2019. And be sure to stick around, because I'll dive into the condo prices for all the areas all at once toward the end of this video. The southwest quadrant is synonymous with South Park, the neighborhood that represents the future of DTLA. It has modern high-rises, sleek condos, and world-class entertainment venues. This is by far the busiest of the districts downtown for entertainment, and it's home to the Crypto.com Arena, which hosts major sports events and concerts. LA Live, a bustling entertainment complex with restaurants, a cinema, and live music venues. And the LA Convention Center, a leading venue for conventions, trade shows, and exhibitions. South Park is perfect for urban professionals who value a lively, cosmopolitan lifestyle. In terms of real estate downtown, South Park is the most eclectic. For example, there are two of the most sought-after luxury high-rise towers here. Both sit right next to LA Live, the Metropolis and Ritz-Carlton residences. Metropolis was built in 2017 and Ritz-Carlton was built in 2010. South Park also has high-rise contemporary loft buildings like Evo Lofts, built in 2008. Evo is really nice inside, and it's a departure from the warehouse lofts that you would find in the Arts District. By the way, we'll take a look at the Arts District, which has undergone some really nice changes with all of its warehouse lofts in just a minute. Here's the difference between what you'll find there versus South Park. Warehouse lofts like those found in the Arts District are converted industrial buildings. They're also low-rise and a few mid-rise buildings, typically 4 stories or less. They're also built perhaps 100 years ago, say 1907, 1910, 1925, and so on. Conversely, lofts in South Park like Evo and 11 are high-rise and they're contemporary designs. They are more recently built, meaning within the last 20 years. There's one residential building in South Park that is like no other in LA, Eastern Columbia Lofts. The Eastern Columbia building is a high-rise loft conversion, a former office building built in the 1930s. That's pretty unique in itself. Even more unique is its Art Deco design. The extravagant structure, clad in turquoise and gold leaf, represented the height of opulence when it opened. A 4-sided clock sits atop its tower, emblazoned with Eastern in bright neon lights. Just a quick reminder, if you like videos about living, working, or buying a home in Los Angeles, make sure to mash that subscribe button. Downtown's northeast area has 2 key districts, the Arts District and Little Tokyo. Little Tokyo is a historic neighborhood celebrating Japanese culture and heritage. Notable spots include Japanese Village Plaza, a charming area with shops, sushi bars, and bakeries. More broadly, the Little Tokyo area is home to some of the best ramen spots in LA. The Japanese American National Museum chronicles the history and contributions of Japanese Americans. Weller Court is a modern shopping center blending traditional and contemporary offerings. Now, the Arts District is a vibrant community of artists and working professionals that is undergoing striking transformation. It is known for its industrial chic vibe with its converted warehouses. It has galleries and street art too. It's exploded in popularity, but locals still love it for its reimagined industrial spaces that house some of the hippest bars, restaurants, and boutiques in the city. The overall vibe here is laid back and interactions are relaxed. I'm always at home when I'm here, even though there's a touch of urban grittiness and new money. It's all rolled up into a cosmopolitan lifestyle. Exploring the area reveals colorful alleyways and murals. Notable spots include Angel City Brewery, a popular craft brewery with a vibrant taproom, and there's Hauser & Wirth, a renowned contemporary art gallery. In terms of the real estate in the Northeast, Little Tokyo has a couple of condo buildings of note. Teramachi Homes is a contemporary building built in 2006. What makes this different, it's a 55-plus condo complex with 127 units. I don't know of any other age-restricted building in downtown. Tokyo Villa is a low-rise complex with a contemporary feel. It was built in 1985. It has 167 units. Now for the Arts District, it has newer residential developments that bring home buyers to the area. And it has the highest concentration of warehouses converted to lofts in LA. So if you prefer the warehouse loft aesthetic over the contemporary high-rise lofts in South Park, focus your search on the Arts District. Here are a couple buildings of note. Barker Loft was built in 1966 and redesigned in 2006. It contains 297 lofts and a fantastic rooftop pool area with skyline views. The Biscuit Company loft building was built in 1925 and was the West Coast bakery of the National Biscuit Company, now known as Nabisco. It stands 7 stories and contains 110 units. In terms of amenities, I can't really think of anything you can't do or see in downtown. I've mentioned several amenities along the way, but I do want to focus for a second on one of my favorite places, the Grand Central Market. So Grand Central Market is one of my favorite places, hands down, in Los Angeles. It's always busy anytime. We're here on a weekend, so it's obviously even more busy, probably a little bit more touristy than people who would normally come down here for the lunch break. Food's always killer, the vibe's killer, so let's grab something to eat. I don't think you can go wrong with any of this. Oh man. All right, so we got a little bit of fried chicken sandwich called Lucky Bird. I already took my first bite. I apologize for not saving it for you, but it is insanely good. They got their own little special sauce on there. I don't know if you can catch that. I'm gonna need a nap after this. We're kind of coming out into the clearing, but as we were walking through, here, let's turn around and I'll show you behind me. We're walking through this aisle back here, and it's so crowded, man. You just got to keep your head on a swivel. This place gets packed. Let's face it, downtown is really urban, but it offers a few calm places to collect one's thought within the city's core. Grand Hope Park is a pocket park with fountains, gardens, and public events. Gloria Molina Grand Park is even larger and better with 12 acres stretching from Grand Avenue down to City Hall. This park provides Angelenos with green spaces and year-round free public events. When you really need a break from the compactness of this city, here's some good news. Downtown is surprisingly close to nature, with several expanses to explore nearby. There are tons of places for picnics and gatherings, soccer matches, hiking, cycling, and the like. Elysian Park, just a quick jaunt up the 110 freeway, opens up hiking options in Elysian Park, which also offers some of the best views of the skyline. It's a shockingly peaceful escape. Many folks also enjoy running or walking in the park's quieter areas, away from the usual tourist spots. There are a number of other great spots to relax close by too, including Los Angeles State Historic Park. It's a large open space just northeast of downtown, ideal for picnics, jogging, and cultural events. It's also dog-friendly, which is a nice bonus. Vista Hermosa Natural Park, where I am right now, is a real hidden gem with trails, and I think perhaps the best close-up views of downtown skyline. Right there. And then there's the LA River, just a short drive up I-5 with its restored bike paths and greenways. I've cycled along the LA River many times and I love it. Griffith Park, just a little farther up the I-5, is the crown jewel of LA parks. And the LA River bike path also connects to it, so it's easy to create a multi-mile ride without too much trouble. Griffith Park also has 53 miles of trails, 2 18-hole and 1 9-hole golf course. Let's not forget the Greek Theater for concerts under the stars. Downtown's central location makes it one of the most accessible parts of Los Angeles. Metrorail, Red Lines, Purple, Gold, and Expo lines all converge downtown, so it makes it pretty extensive coverage. Dozens of Metro and Dash buses also connect DTLA to surrounding areas. And then you've got the freeways, the 101, 10, 110, and the 5. They all converge downtown. However, this does present a double-edged sword. The freeways get congested during peak hours, but on off hours, the freeways make for easy access to the rest of LA County in every direction. As promised, I want to give you a rundown of downtown's real estate and its prices. As you've seen, the options here range from luxury high-rises to historic lofts. So in the Northwest, we've got Bunker Hill. Median price here is $600,000. Financial District, median price $500,000. Historic Core, $560,000. And Gallery Row, the median price is $500,000. So they're all pretty similar. For Southwest, South Park, it jumps up. The median price here is $750,000. And then in Northeast Arts District, $850,000 median price, and Little Tokyo, $575,000. A quick reminder, if you're considering a move to or across Los Angeles, call, email, text, whatever works for you, and we help folks find the perfect place to call home. So I've been showing you how downtown really delivers on a couple things. First, it offers a vast array of condo options, and 2, it's incredibly vibrant. So if you're feeling adventurous, you'll never be bored. Now, I found that most people considering downtown also look at West Hollywood, because it also has that 1-2 punch of great condo buildings and a bustling social scene. If this sounds interesting, you don't want to miss this deep dive on West Hollywood and all that it has to offer. I'm Tony Mariotti. See you in the next video.